The idea of being eaten alive by other people has been an ingrained, instinctual, dark, and even mystical fear since the dawn of ancient civilizations. Whether it's the ritualistic god worshipping sacrificial practices of pre Columbian American natives, or the more modern man made induced consequence to survive famine, or even the belief that drinking the blood and eating of the flesh will give credence to the prophetic ideas and holy attributes of Jesus Christ himself. Cannibalism in today's society, though, is seen as an almost wicked, untouchable taboo. Beyond the horrible acts of murder, rape, torture, and the like, some people in Western countries view this subject from a cultural standpoint, such as third world tribal interactions and understandings in places such as New Guinea. Others view it from a heightened sense of dread and horror, such as infamous snuff films depicted in movies like 8mm. Personally, I believe that cannibalism is only viewed in the most gruesome events, such as serial killers like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Their flesh.
It made me feel like they were a permanent part of me. Besides the just mere curiosity of what it would be like, it made them feel that they were a part of me, and it gave me a sexual satisfaction to do that.
Or even certain cults when it comes to the Western society. Yet, even with these horrific societal views, there exist individuals on the web who not only accept cannibalism as a non-issue, but view it in a positive and sexual light. Today, I will be introducing you to the documented and notorious online communities of cannibalists, and how prevalent in today's modern world they actually are, and how publicly available it is to find and interact with these communities daily. I am the exceptional detective, and let's dive right in. Before we begin, I want to discern the difference between the LARPing or extreme BDSM snuff fetish of cannibal role-playing or literotica online, and the actual very real meetups of cannibals and the murder or assisted suicide pacts made before the act is committed on the victim via the internet. While the web communities in question serve as both real cannibalism discussions and fantasy sexual roleplay, it is not to be dismissed as a simple 100% LARP. There are power words such as headhunt, butcher, meatbag, trophies, and slaves that share a difference between the real and the fake. More importantly, there are many documented cases of cannibal murders that started on these web communities dating back to 1994, the most recent being between 2011 and 2013 of the case of the now ex-NYPD officer, yes a cop, Gilberto Valle, being arrested and charged with conspiracy to kidnap, rape, murder, and then eat over 100 different women with 2 other men, starting with his wife. The 2 men, former librarian Chris Ash and former councilman Richard Metz, from a website called Dark Fetish Net on a subsection called Dulcet. That being said, let's begin our journey with the now defunct Cannibal Cafe. Cannibal Cafe was opened by a user named Paraloco in 1994 and taken down by German authorities in late 2002, but can still be viewed on the Wayback Machine, link in the description below. When subjected to the header, you were met with flashing warning signs and shown a time when people were unaware and unafraid of consequences online. Moreover, they were open with their identities online. Very few posts here were involved in roleplay, as the site was mainly a way to meet up and consume someone you were looking to be eaten, alive or dead. Example of these kinds of posts would be here, posted by Nikolai on July 19, 2002 at 11:41:01. He states, "The one I had captured and eaten last week only lasted up till yesterday. Need a meatier female for a longer feeding time. All food send with post pictures of how thick and meaty your legs and thighs are. I'm getting very hungry for a nice meaty female body for my supper meals next week." And it has a couple responses as follow-ups. Sweet Piggy responds on July 26, 2002, "You can eat me if you're really hungry. I have thick thighs and a nice meaty body. Give me your email and I'll send you some pictures." Nikolai responds with, "Hello, Sweet Piggy. Yes, I will come eat you all up nice and slowly, enjoying every savory morsel of you. Come be my dinner. Send pictures of your meat." And I redacted the email linked below. In another thread posted by an Alan on May 7, 2002, he states, "I am a healthy 29-year-old real slave and offer my naked slave body to a really cruel, evil, sadistic bitch goddess or couple for immediate slaughter and snuffing. I would like to quietly and totally disappear without a trace. This is for real. I live in New York and can relocate quickly to the right slave owner who is ready to take possession of my naked slave body. I beg you to help me make this happen. I will obey all your instructions totally and without question. I beg you to keep me naked, chained, and caged like a real animal awaiting slaughter. I would really like to be severely tortured in any way you want before I am slowly butchered and roasted like a pig. I will dispose of all my belongings, will hand over all my money to you to make it worth your while to take the trouble for this. I am for real. So please also be really cruel, evil, sadistic bitch goddess or couple to whom I will totally submit. I beg you to reply to me directly at," and he links his email, Thank you, and I await naked in chains on my knees for your reply. But it would be one post that would end the Cannibal Cafe's existence and moreover shed a light on the darkest fetishes that secretly were practiced behind closed doors. Meet Frankie, also known as Armin Meiwes. He was a German computer repair technician in Rothenburg, Germany. His post stated that he was looking for a well-built 18 to 30-year-old to be slaughtered and then consumed. Who would respond would be Baron Jürgen Armando Brandes, an engineer in Berlin. Meiwes did not attempt to force anyone to do anything against their will in this event. The two would meet up and make a videotape on March 9, 2001 in Meiwes' home. The video was never made public, so I would depict it as best as I can from the article The All and as well as court documents. The video showcased Meiwes amputating Brandes' penis with his agreement, and the two men attempting to eat it together before Brandes' demise. Before doing so, Brandes swallowed 20 sleeping pills and half a bottle of schnapps. Brandes initially insisted that Meiwes attempted to bite off his penis. After this failed, Meiwes used a knife and removed it thoroughly. They found the penis to be too quote-unquote chewy raw, so Meiwes fried it with salt, pepper, wine, and garlic. He used some of Brandes' fat to fry it in, but by then it was too burned to consume. This ended with Meiwes feeding the penis to his dog on tape. Meiwes then ran Brandes a bath before going to read a Star Trek book. Later, Brandes got out of the bath and collapsed due to blood loss. Meiwes then dragged him upstairs and killed Brandes by stabbing him in the throat, after which he hung the body on a meat hook. The incident was recorded in total 4 hours. Meiwes ate the corpse over the next 10 months, storing most of the parts in his freezer underneath pizza boxes. According to Meiwes, the act was committed for sexual pleasure alone. Meiwes was sentenced to life in a psychiatric ward and has since become a vegetarian, believing that over 800 more cannibals walk the street of Germany to this day from his online interactions.
It tastes like pork, a bit more harsh, substantial.
As horrific as that is, this did not sway or stop cannibal communities from continuing to pop up on the internet. With Perro Loco forced to close Cannibal Cafe, this left many other cannibals and extreme fetishists void of their desires to be eaten or consumed by others. This takes us to the niche community sites such as Forum Jar, with multiple sections on cannibalism, cannibalization, and even being a cannibal itself. And of course, similar messages reflective of Cannibal Cafe began to pop up till 2014 as well here. Under the cannibalization subsection, topic Eat Me, started by Arizona Baby, goes as followed. Does anyone want to really try this cannibal thing out? I want to be your dinner. I am a curvy 5'11", and will taste fantastic. I just have one request, that you kill me in a painless way before you eat me. Text me, and links to their phone number, with a few responses obviously here wanting to meet up for this very reason. In another thread, Tiddlewinks writes, seriously interested in being cannibalized. Life no longer interests me, and I want to be completely butchered. Maybe would make somebody excitedly happy. In another thread, topic a fantastic meal cannibalism, stated by guests, goes, I want to be fat and more and widen, want to be a nice meal for a chubby guy looking to grow who has nice big belly. So far, cook me anyway, bake or fry me, whichever, or make me into a turkey and stuff me. Play with your food, a little teasing or anything before you eat me. Message me on Kick. Well, that was actually in 2017, and it was responded not too long ago, January 17th, 2018. Hello. And another guest as well on January the 22nd of 2018 goes, are you male or female? Showing that it is alive and well within this community. And in this thread, it is topicked as leg cannibalism feast. I want just my smooth feminine male legs eaten in socks. And it goes as followed. I'm a 50 white male, 165 pounds, blonde, blue eyes with smooth feminine legs that was told my legs are of a 30-year-old. I have huge leg fetish, mainly my calves, that I shave smooth and love wearing ankle-type socks, and want to hear from anyone who want to eat or cook just my legs with socks. I fantasize about them being eaten by leg lovers. I want to hear your fantasy or whatever about my legs, and I do have pics of them, but would you think they are sexy females if you see them? I only have Gmail. I meet people who love biting and sucking on my calves really hard, and it feels great. Anyone I meet were surprised by how feminine they look and taste and how smooth they are. And a lot of responses yet were people wanting to meet up with him for this very reason. Whether or not anyone has used Forum Jar to meet up and commit to cannibalistic acts is unknown, but it became very prevalent that the openness and accessibility of the site would made it unsafe for many cannibal forum goers to get caught in a honeypot of sorts, even if it's being used today. This would lead to the creation and harboring of cannibals with Dulcet girls. Perro Loco, after being forced to shut down Cannibal Cafe, began to prop up and support a mysterious artist known as Dulcet. Known for famous depictions of bondage, torture, and cannibalism online, in cannibal communities today, Loco refers to himself as the quote-unquote the mayor of Dulcet and claims he was the first to bring Dulcet to his internet community of consumers. Loco then decided to open up dulcetgirls.com, a more moderation or vetted community forum used to talk about Dulcet and the BDSM fetish of cannibalism. It is stated to be dedicated to covering the full range of graphic sexual fantasy. Keyword fantasy, as it is a lot easier to avoid legal troubles when your cannibal community site is ran on that premise alone. In the article, Cannibal Seeking Sane, a visit to the online world of flesh eaters, Loco states that the site receives over 1 million hits every month, with forum viewers including at least one U.S. congressman as well as politically connected family members. Viewing of the forum list shows a mixture of both literotica, artwork of Dulcet play, instruction guides on how to cook, kill, skin, and devour properly, and posts of eerily similar to the days of Cannibal Cafe. To my findings, though, I did not see any legal cases involving members from this site and cannibalism, but that does not mean it has not happened. In fact, Loco has even written up a possibly legal or LARP contract on people willing to become quote-unquote slaves and be quote-unquote terminated to be consumed thereafter. The application is titled as follows: Livestock Application, Dulcet, California Human Female Livestock Owners Association, USDA Choice Live Roasters, Prime Cuts, and Snuff Slaves. Return all complete applicants to, and there's a P.O. box listed above, and as well as an email. All applicants must include at least one recent photo. Disclosure of the information requested on this form is voluntary. However, failure to provide the information could preclude filing of a bill of sale or the validity of any contract with the person named herein pursuant to 48 U.S.C. Chapter 121. Moreover, bills of sale which are not filed are not deemed to be valid against any person except the grantor or a person having actual knowledge of the sale. 46 U.S.C. 3132-A. And you can see on here it says voluntary, involuntary. Check 1. You enter your name, basic information, a brief description, condition of livestock application, including your references, including photos of the livestock applicant, as the dates here. Brief description, reason for submitting the application, as well as in the more sinister parts of this. Livestock applicant has been trained in the following: oral sex, extreme slavery, complete dehumanization, anal sex, breast torture, other brief description. Slave training, torture, toilet sex, God only knows what that is, and self-mutilation. But the even more scarier part is the part section below: livestock, snuff, and slavery options. Prior to termination, female cattle may be used as slaves under certain conditions for a limited period of time, not to exceed 5 years. Female cattle leased as slaves may be terminated at any time, subject only to the leaser's desire. Female cattle may be used for any purpose, including but not limited to involuntary mutilation or involuntary termination at the sole discretion of the leaser. Payment in full will be invoiced. And under that is even more scarier: livestock termination preferences, live roasting, beheading, impalement, vivisection, live butchery, hanging, ritual suicide, brief description and other, progressive dismemberment, other asphyxiation, religious sacrifice, and written underneath, all termination preferences are to be the sole discretion of the owner or leaser. All terminations are subjected to video recording. Writing up underneath that, the applicant and or person nominating involuntary application acknowledges by signing this document that the person herein named surrenders all rights and privileges as a citizen of any nation and geopolitical territory. Furthermore, any and all rights under the provisions of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, the European Union Declaration of Human Rights, the Constitution of the United States of America, including the 14th Amendment and legislation derivative thereof, and or any other similar legislation or declarations, are hereby permanently and unconditionally surrendered. Upon signing this document, applicant acknowledges that she is exclusively chattel property of the Dulcet, California Human Female Livestock Ownership Associations, and that she may be used for any purpose deemed appropriate by the association and solely at the discretion of the association. And you must sign at the bottom below. Just drink that in. I don't know if this is real or not, but just drink in that entire contract, or at least application, however you want to view this. Whether this is legally allowed or not is unknown to me personally, but just a quick look up of the legality of cannibalism in the United States, and there is a very clear understanding that federally, cannibalism is not illegal, but many states make loophole laws to tie into cannibalism that make it illegal. How well it is to defend or persecute is also unclear from my findings. Any legal advisors watching this, let me know in the comments below. What is even more unnerving is that these cannibal communities are now forming Discord servers to discuss meetups on private channels via voice chat. I was unable to gain access to these discussions at this time, and probably for the best if I'm to be honest. At this time, the cannibal community seems to be very alive and well within the internet sphere and has learned from its past mistakes for the most part on how to practice their darkest desires, or at least vent about them to others who agree with their plight. As to the future of online cannibal communities, I doubt it'll be gone anytime soon, and will probably continue to grow as the years go by. The best we could do is view these types of communities as a dark truth to the world we live in today. I am the Exceptional Detective, and see you on the next case.